Welcome back to the Warbird Mistress. Today is Tuesday the 5th of May, 1942, and this is A Walk Through the War. Turning first to the China-Burma-India Theater of Operations with the 10th Air Force, a midnight raid leading into the early hours of the 5th strikes Mangaladon Airfield in the northern outskirts of Rangoon. 4 B-17s successfully bomb at least one hangar and destroy several parked aircraft. While the crews claim 40 aircraft destroyed, searchlights once again make accurate observation impossible, and the actual number is unknown, although the damage was likely more than a minor inconvenience to the Japanese Army Air Force, who was flooding the area with their Nates and Oscars. Meanwhile, with the 5th Air Force in the nearby Southwest Pacific area, the B-17s of the 28th Heavy Bombardment Squadron of the 19th Heavy Bomb Group transfer from Cloncurry to Long Reach, while a detachment continues to operate out of Perth. And in the overnight, going into Wednesday the 6th, Mangaladon Airfield is once more struck by B-17s flying out of India by moonlight as a trio of bombers succeeds in scoring direct hits on the airfield's captured fuel dumps. While out of Australia with the 5th Air Force, we see B-17s unsuccessfully attack shipping in the Bougainville Islands, Solomon Islands area as the Japanese offensive continues as part of their two-pronged strike to capture the Solomons and Port Moresby in what is now known as the first days of the Battle of Coral Sea. Not all news is so palatable, however, as today also sees a surrender of Corregidor and the end of all organized resistance to Japanese forces in the Philippines. Those Army Air Force units destroyed or captured remain on the roster, albeit without personnel, until 2nd of April 1946 as a testament to their fight. These include the 24th Pursuit Group Interceptor, 2nd Observation Squadron Medium, the 3rd, 17th, 20th, 21st, and 34th Pursuit Squadrons Interceptor, and the 14th Heavy Bomb Squadron. Other units which saw their ground echelons killed or captured in the course of taking up their rifles to fight the invader as infantry include 5 Bomber Command, 5th Interceptor Command Provisional, 19th Bombardment Group Heavy, 27th Bombardment Group Light, the 16th, 17th, and 91st Bombardment Squadrons Light, and the 28th, 30th, and 93rd Bombardment Squadrons Heavy. Of course, the war is far from over, and things certainly get hot as we move into the climax of the Battle of Coral Sea in the Southwest Pacific area on Thursday, the 7th of May, 1942. Allied naval forces intercept Japanese naval forces near Mishima Island, New Guinea, while Navy Dauntlesses sink the carrier Shoho. The Allied Air Force bombers, primarily in the form of American B-17s on maritime patrol bomber duties, join the battle, but their effect is limited. No hits against the Shoho by American heavy bombers are recorded, and several Allied Air Force bombers mistakenly attack Allied vessels. While there are no losses in these friendly fire incidents, the dearth of coordination is as clear as the unsuitability of heavy bombers in a higher medium-altitude anti-shipping level bomber role. This trend continues into the battle's busiest day, Friday, the 8th of May, 1942. Once more, Army bombers join U.S. Navy aircraft in attacking the enemy's main support force just south of San Cristobal in the Solomons, albeit with minimal effect. The Navy takes the day as she damages the Shokaku and drives away any invasion plans for the foreseeable future, although at the cost of the Lady Lex. Where land-based level bombers do prove themselves capable is not in a bombardment role, but in that of a high-altitude maritime reconnaissance role, taking advantage of their long range to scout for enemy movements at sea. It is in the light of Coral Sea that the Army and Navy will clarify responsibilities for the skies over the waves and outline plans for future reconnaissance and anti-shipping attack coordination. And with that, we turn the calendar to Saturday, the 9th of May, 1942, as Mangaladon Airfield is once again bombed as part of a strike of 6 B-17s that hits both the airfield and the Rangoon docks. Meanwhile, with the 5th Air Force, a mixed unit strike of 8 B-26 Marauders and a single B-17 attacks shipping and seaplanes at Boyne Island, New Guinea. This is where Kamikawa Maru, on whom I just posted a video that you may enjoy, I'll put the link right here, had established a floatplane base at the outset of the Battle of Coral Sea with a bevy of Dave and Pete recon aircraft, one of which was responsible for the first spotting of American ships in the battle. Leaving New Guinea to continue operations from Australia, the 8th Bombardment Squadron Light, 3rd Bombardment Group Light, departs Port Moresby for Charters Towers with their A-20s. In the American Theater of Operations with the 4th Air Force, the 46th Medium Bomb Squadron of the 41st Medium Bomb Group, currently flying ASW patrols from Hammer Field, Fresno, packs up with their A-29 Hudsons as they transfer to Naval Air Station Alameda. And on the next day, Sunday, the 10th of May 1942, The detachment of the 396th Bomb Squadron Medium, 41st Medium Bomb Group, which had been conducting ASW patrols from Alameda with B-18s, LB-30s, and A-29s, leaves their duties to the newly arrived 46th and leaves for home at Mather Field, Sacramento. Staying in warmer waters, we go to the Caribbean, where the 6th Air Force's 20th Transport Squadron, Panama Air Depot, sends a detachment of cargo aircraft to Losey Field, Puerto Rico. Based at Howard Field Canal Zone and already staffing a detachment at Waller Field, Trinidad, they fly a mix of C-39s, C-47s, and C-49s. Across the globe with the 5th Air Force at Boyne Island, New Guinea, another strike comes in the form of B-25 Mitchells as they take their turn at bombing the newly established seaplane base. And the 80th Pursuit Squadron Interceptor of the 8th Interceptor Pursuit Group transfers from Lowood, west of Brisbane, to Petrie, north of Brisbane, with their P-39 and P-400 Airacobras. And finally we finish on Monday, the 11th of May, 1942, as B-17s flying out of Australia attack the Kessa Peninsula at the very north tip of Buka, while B-26 Marauders once more hit the seaplane base at Boyne Island in another attempt to knock out the Japanese recon post right on their doorstep. Meanwhile, in the American Theater of Operations with the 1st Air Force, the 19th Light Observation Squadron of the 66th Observation Group transfers from Jacksonville Municipal Airport, Florida, to Pope Field, Fort Bragg, North Carolina, as they continue their ASW patrols with L-1s, L-4s, and A-20s. In the 4th Air Force, a detachment of the 392nd Bombardment Squadron Heavy of the 30th Bombardment Group Heavy, flying ASW patrols from NAS San Diego with LB-30s, returns home at Hammer Field, Fresno, California, as they continue to hunt for Japanese subs. And last but not least, in the ETO with the 8th Air Force, the transport RMS Andes, whose departure we covered a few days ago, pulls into the Clyde with the 1,800 personnel who make up the first of the 8th Air Force's invasion of Britain. And with that, we conclude these steps in the walk through the war. I hope you're following closely and that you're not only subscribed, but also receiving notifications from when new posts come out, so hit that bell. A great thank you goes out to all of my channel members, Patreon patrons, and those of you who have stocked up on the keepsakes available in the store. If you picked up on the series recently, go ahead and click on the playlist suggestion on the end screen and start back on the 8th of December. After all, we all know the line about what would happen if you had a war and nobody came. If you're new, you may want to go check out what other videos are here in addition to this series, of which there are plenty available, and many more to come. And with that, until next time, this is Claire, and I am the Warbird Mistress. Take care.